everybody, and welcome to the 81st Eden Fractal meeting. I hope that you're having a wonderful day out there. I'm thrilled to be here with you, and also with Rosmari and Eric, and a special guest called Vision Quest. Vision Quest is actually a new game we're going to be playing here, so I'm very excited to share it with you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And of course, Rosmari or Eric, if you want to say hello or share a few quick words or give a wave or anything like that, then feel free. And I suppose I'll just jump into it because we got an exciting new game. We got a lot of exciting new stuff in our last Eden Fractal meeting of 2023. So so basically edenfractal.com, for everybody who's not familiar, we're a community that creates innovative games, shows, and tools, and that's what we're doing today. We're creating new games, and we're creating a show right now that everybody can watch. You can learn more by scrolling through our website and checking out some of the games we make and the videos. We've made over 75 videos now. We've been doing this for 19 months straight, and doing all sorts of really cool innovations, and we're also building open source tools that people can use to empower their community with consensus games too. So encourage you to look around the website if you're not familiar with it yet, and encourage you to go to lou.ma/edenfractal and sign up for our weekly events. We have these every Wednesday on 16 UTC, and we're very happy to meet new people. So feel free to join. Feel free to invite your friends as well, and help spread all the cool stuff that we're doing. And we'd love to help you out too with whatever you're working to accomplish as well. So we have done this for the past 79 weeks straight now, and for the first time this week, for the first time this year, we're actually taking a holiday break. So this will be the last Eden Fractal meeting of the year. And then we'll be taking a 2-week holiday break, and we'll be coming back on Wednesday, January 10th. So yeah, I'm wishing everybody a happy holidays. Hope that you enjoy the Christmas season, the New Year's, however you celebrate it. Thanks everybody so much for the incredible year in 2023 in Fractal, and I'm really excited for 2024. So I'm looking forward to seeing you on January 10th at 16 UTC, and then we'll return with a weekly schedule from there. We're also going to maybe doing seasons, but we'll see. And for anyone who's not familiar, we've been doing this for the last like 5 or 6 weeks, but now the meetings last for 1 hour between 16 and 17 UTC. And we choose the full meeting agenda by playing agendas, which is basically voting for topics on consortium with respect points. So anybody can propose topics. We used to always play the respect game, but now we're experimenting with different kinds of respect games, different kinds of consensus games. So when we join back for next season, then you're welcome to make any topic on the consortium for what we'll play or what we'll discuss for the meeting with agendas. And you can learn more details about that at t.me/edenfractal, as well as consortium.vote, where you can find the Eden Fractal Consortium. If anybody does want to play the traditional respect game, then we've been doing this at Optimism Fractal for the past 9 weeks now. It's been going really well, and people are really enjoying it in this community. And so we've been posting videos. Encourage you all to join these on Mondays at 17 UTC. Great opportunity to promote your work and grow Optimism, and collaborate with a bunch of great builders. These are also on break as well until the 8th of January as well. So we're looking forward to seeing you at our events that we host in the upcoming year, and looking forward to sharing lots of great experiences. And of course, you can watch all the videos that we publish too at edenfractal.com/videos. So as I said, we have quite a few videos here. You can watch show notes, or you can watch the full video and see show notes and timestamps for each one too. So for the past 4 weeks or so now, we've been discussing the vision of Eden Fractal, and we've been playing new kinds of games too to establish a common vision. So we've released the 77th, the 78th, and 79th and 80th are coming out shortly. And then you can also go back to the 76, where we're discussing the idea about making games and about getting constant wins with Eden Fractal seasons and different games of respect and sports and stuff like that. All sorts of really cool stuff that we've been up to. So I encourage you to check out edenfractal.com/videos, as well as the Eden Creators YouTube channel at youtube.com/@EdenCreators, where you can watch all the Optimism Fractal meetings, all the Eden Fractal meetings, and lots of other great shows that we've been making for about a year and a half now. So thanks everybody for watching, and please subscribe and like and share with friends. Today, as I said, we're going to be playing a new vision game. It's called Vision Quest, or should I say Vision Quest? I kind of like saying like a fun way. So we've been discussing Eden Fractal's vision for about a year and a half, or not a year and a half, but a year almost. We actually discussed it first on February of this prior year, and it was brought up, inspired a lot by stuff that Eric was talking about, as well as many other community members. We have an article where we curated a lot of what we discussed that week, as well as a video from that week with lots of ideas about the vision. You can watch it back on the 38th meeting, where you can watch there's about 10, 15 people or so who were discussing the Eden Fractal's vision. And so we have show notes about all this and all the things we were discussing. So encourage you to check out the article and dive in deeper to learn more about Eden Fractal's roots of the visions. And then we've returned to this a lot over the past 4 weeks, as I said. So We played a vision game that I kind of made a new one with where we played a spec game for our vision game in week 77, and we came up with a pretty good vision that we approved Tadas's vision, and then Tadas approved a vision, or he made another consensus game, or two different kind of consensus games that we did for the past 2 weeks, basically, that you can see in his proposal here for an upvote game and an idea game, and you can watch the videos that will be coming out shortly to watch these. And basically, yeah, so we've been discussing the past 4 weeks, and we've also been keeping progress of the visions that have been proposed by community members in a Notion database that all community members can see, and you can find the Telegram chat where you can see each week what we discussed. So, for example, in week 80, we were kind of talking about how Eden Fractal believes how all communities and organizations have the tools and methods to make the best possible decision making. This is kind of an iteration from a proposal that's passed from Rosmari and Eric and several other people. There's a lot of help from myself and Eric and Tadas and Vlad too. And you can scroll down and see some of the other visions that were proposed, as well as you can explore this database to see each week what we propose and what we were discussing and so forth like that. So it's been a really interesting discussion and a really interesting month in Eden Fractal, figuring out what our vision is in a community way and reaching consensus to see together. And now today I'm thrilled to share a new game to help community see together. And I'm introducing Vision Quest. So I've been working on this Vision Quest game quite a lot for the past week or so, thinking about feedback about how to take what we've learned in the past couple of weeks and help both our community make decisions quickly and have fun while doing so, and doing it in a fun, democratic manner, while also helping all communities make decisions and so forth. So basically, Vision Quest is a fast-paced consensus building game that combines elements of strategy and collaboration, and it encourages players to share fun experiences, engage in meaningful discussions, and make faster decisions making for our creator vision. I just kind of said that, but I created a proposal with agendas, and now you can see the game rules here. So I'll probably take a couple minutes just to go over the game rules. Feel free to jump in, of course, Rosemary or Eric, if there are points of confusion, but I know both of you have read it, so I suppose maybe for anybody who's viewing, I'll just give a quick high-level overview, and then people can also dive in deeper too. But yeah, I'm really excited to share this with you and very excited to play Vision Quest. Very excited to see what you think and very excited for anybody watching. Feel free to share feedback in our Telegram chat. So basically, the way it's going to work is, well, first off, the objective is to create a vision for the Eden Fractal community while also competing for points to earn the title of the lead visionary. We're going to play for 1 hour. We already kind of started with that, so we're going to try to wrap it up within about 40 minutes or so. And the main feature of the game is called it's mini games, and they're called quests. Quests last 5 minutes each, and it starts where a person asks a question, and then players each take 30 seconds to share their answers to the question, and then they rank each other's questions within that 5 minutes. So after this little introductory presentation, we're going to have up to 3 minutes to each propose a question. So Rosemary and Eric, if you haven't thought about a question yet about what to ask the Eden Fractal, what to ask about the Eden Fractals community, then please think of something. You don't have to think about it right now, but we'll have 3 minutes to think about it. And then we're each going to write it in the Eden Fractal Telegram live chat. You could start with what we had before. For example, I showed this is kind of where we're at right now, something that the DOS wrote. If you want to ask something totally different, you can. But if you want to ask something based upon, like, one example I came up with that we talked about a lot in the previous week was, should Eden Fractal focus on helping communities or organizations or somebody else? So that could be a question, for example, like, should Eden Fractal focus on helping communities or organizations? And that could be your quest or question. Or you can ask anything else related to the vision, something that you think could help refine the vision. And then basically how it's going to work is that we're going to have a Slido poll. There's a Slido poll that you can see right over here. There's two different Slido polls. So this one is to determine what should be the next quest. And so right now I just voted for myself just to show it. I haven't made a quest yet. I actually did that by accident, but basically you're going to write your quest in the Telegram live chat, and then we're going to put it up here, and then at the end of 3 minutes, whichever question has the most votes or has ranked the highest will be the one that we discuss first, and then we'll discuss that for 5 minutes, and then we'll move on to the next question and so forth, and we'll repeat it until the end of the game. So I'll go back here. Yeah, so each player can only propose one quest, so we'll each get the chance to ask one question, and then we'll take 5 minutes for that. And then you can always change your question too if the quest hasn't yet started. But once the quest starts, then that's your question and that's your quest. We'll each have maybe like a minute or so after the question is asked just to think about our answers. And then each person will take 30 seconds each. There's only three of us, so we can take a bit longer, maybe 45 seconds if we want to go into a bit more detail. And if you give a good answer, then you get more points because we're going to be ranking each person's answers in a Slido poll. And it's going to be ranking other people's answers, not your own answers. And you have to rank all other players' answers to earn points. It's a little bit more complex than the other games we played, so feel free to ask any questions if there's anything you're not sure about. But I think once we get started, it'll be pretty pretty simple and be really fun. Basically, the way it's going to work is that once you get your ranks at the end of the 5 minutes, you're going to get a different amount of points based on how your answer was ranked. So if you get the first place, you're going to get 55 points. Second place, you get 34 points, and so forth. And then right after the 5 minutes ends, the group will move on to the next quest. So that same Slido poll where we voted for the top quest, we'll move on to the quest that currently has the second most votes, and we'll move on to there, and then we'll repeat the process where we'll do another 5 minutes. Each person takes a turn to answer it, and so forth in the Slido poll, and they'll move on. And then at 16:45 UTC, so in about 35 minutes, we'll do something called a meta quest, which will basically be to rank the questions that we asked in prior quests. The points will be doubled in this round, so it provides incentive to ask really good questions that are constructive to help Eden Fractal form its vision. And then at the end of that, we'll tally up the points. We have a Google spreadsheet that I'll show you in a minute where, or I'll show you at some point, where you can see the points that you earn from the entire game. And then one of the main goals here is to encourage a quick decision for Eden Fractal to make a vision or to help communities make decisions in general. So basically the way it's going to work is that at any point during the game, we can upvote a vision for Eden Fractal to determine the vision of Eden Fractal. We can always change in the future if we want, but to at least create a vision and have consensus about it with an upvote process with 66% consensus. So if 2 out of 3 of us agree to it, then that will be the vision of Eden Fractal. And if 2 or 3 of us can't agree or we don't agree, then whoever gets the most points in the vision quest game, in the quests, will be the one who basically can decide the vision for us too. So provide some incentive for the community to come to consensus, and if they abstain, then somebody else can decide, and so forth. So either way, we can have a way to decide a vision by the end of the meeting. And if we do decide a vision, if we select one before the end of the game, before 17 UTC, then players will earn on-chain respect based upon their final score from all of the quests in the game. Basically, if you get the high score, then you get 55 respect points. If you get the second score, you get 34 respect points, and so forth. If we had fractal breakout rooms, then we could do this with fractal breakout rooms, but we're not doing that today. And at the bottom, there's a little quick guide. Basically, just get ready to propose your question. And we're going to have 3 minutes to do that. And if you have any other questions first, then we can go through those and then answer each person's question and then rank each person's answer in the quest. Just rank the other 2 people's answers and not your own. And then basically at the same time, we can vote on upcoming quests to determine what we'll discuss next. And then you want to just ask the best question possible for your quest and provide the best answers possible in your answers to earn as many points. And then at the same time, if you have any ideas about what the Eden Fractal's vision should be, then please feel free to write it in the Eden Fractal Telegram chat. I'm going to have a screen share where it says Vision Quest so we can see the chat as well as the polls at all times during the game. And that's basically it. So I suppose I'll stop my screen share. That's kind of a lot of information there. So hopefully it's not too overwhelming, but Rosmari will share the polls. There's 2 polls, one where you can vote for the next quest to discuss what we'll discuss next. And the second poll will just be basically a survey where you can, first we'll focus on quest 1. And so say if Eric has a question and we vote that as the first top question we'll talk about, then we'll answer Eric's question, and then we'll see who answered Eric's question the best, whether it's me, Rosmari, or Eric, and so forth. And then after 5 minutes, we'll move on to the next one, and so forth. And we'll remove these quest 5 and so forth. We'll wind up just doing, if it's just the 3 of us, we'll do 3 quests and then a meta quest to rank it. So that's basically it. Thanks all for listening and watching. Thanks all for being here. And I hope that you enjoy the MetaQuest game. I'm trying to bring it up again. Hope that you enjoy MetaQuest. All right. So I'm curious if there's any just like quick questions or comments, Eric or Rosmari, or if you have any thoughts you want to share first, then feel free. Otherwise, we can start out with the 3 minutes where basically we'll each just take a couple minutes. If we don't need to take 3 minutes, that's okay too. It doesn't take that long to write a question. But then when you do have a question ready, then please write down the question. You can either say it here and we could write it down, or if you want to write it in the Eden Fractal Zoom chat, or in the live chat rather, then that could work as well. What do you think?
I just shared in the chat the links to the 2 polls, one for the next question and then one for all questions. And now, based on the rules of the game, we have 3 minutes or so to come up with, each of us to come up with a quest, which I will transfer to Slido to the next quest poll where we can rank it and then decide which one to go first with.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Rosemary. Perhaps if Eric, you don't have any questions or comments, then Rosemary, if you want to start with that 3-minute timer for us, and then each of us will write down a question that we want to ask about Eden Fractal's vision. And by the end, and also I'll pull up the poll too, so everybody can see the live results of the poll on the screen as we discuss, or as we vote, and then we'll see what we discuss first.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. I'm starting it.
All right, thank you. All right, that is 3 minutes. So far, only Eric has put up a question. So I suppose we'll talk about Eric's first. And I was just about to finish
Wait,
writing my question too. So I'm just gonna just hit the enter button. Um,
I don't, I don't see Eric's question in the Zoom chat.
I have it shared the screen right now.
Oh,
Oh,
we're
no,
doing a live chat, not the Zoom
yeah,
chat.
live chat. Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's best to just do it all in the live chat. That way we can see it all. So,
Okay, then makes sense.
okay, sounds good. And then I suppose here, normally, I mean, we're also figuring this out as we go too, but the best way is to do it. So normally, I suppose we'd go into where Slido says Rosemary's Quest, Dan's Quest, Eric's Quest. Then we would normally just put the questions in there. And we could, if you have time, Rosemary, but also we can pretty easily see them. But I'm curious, Rosemary, do you have a question that you've written? Maybe you wrote in the Zoom chat, or if you want to copy and paste it in
No,
here.
I'm not gonna go with it.
Okay, so you can save your quest for later then, and
Yes,
I
I will
I
put
will.
both of yours in there
Okay,
for
sounds
vote.
good. So I will go ahead and vote for Eric's quest to discuss first, and I'll put mine second and Rosemary's third. And we could always change this later. Everybody knows how to revoke it, but that's what I'll do just to see. Oh, for some reason, oh, I think this is actually a separate account, so I might have confused it right there. I might have messed it up by voting in the second account there. Oh, what did I do? I wonder if I can retract that. Hmm. Yeah, I opened up two Slido accounts because Slido had this weird thing where you couldn't do two polls at once, and we figured it was better to have two polls, one for both the next quest and all quests. And I realized that I accidentally voted with both of them for the next quest, and that kind of messes it up. I suppose rather than using Slido poll, we could just each share
Agree.
we could just each share who we thought should be the number one. So I picked Eric, and I'm wondering who Rosemary you picked and who Eric you picked for the whose question you picked for the first one. Did you hear my question?
Me?
Did you hear my
Me?
question? Yeah, I asked both you and Eric, who did you vote for the top quest?
I did hear the question, but I need some time to read the questions, like
Okay,
the quests,
okay.
and decide. So,
By the way, this is supposed to be a quick decision. So we put the 3 minute timer on and we've gone 3 minutes over. So part of the game, I mean, this is the first time we're doing it, so we're gonna get better, but the game should just be whoever gets the vote in, and that's 3 minutes, and that's it, and that's the one that's discussed. That's one of the aims of the game that we don't have to think about it for a long time. So I'd say if you could make a decision in the next 10 seconds, if both of you could just share which one you should think we should discuss first, then we'll go ahead with that one. I'm
I
wondering,
guess then I vote
I'm
for then.
okay. And Eric, do you understand what's happening right now? Because I don't think that you voted in Slido or anywhere about what you think we should discuss first. And you're muted right now, Eric. We don't hear you.
Oh, maybe I need to send. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see in the
I
top
did.
right.
I did do it in Slido, but
I mean, if Eric can't vote for himself, the only person he can vote for is then.
Um, uh, well, that's something that I should have made more clear in this game too. So in the vote for which topic to discuss, you can vote for yourself.
Oh,
So
okay.
you just can't vote for yourself in your answers where you earn points.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
So Eric, we still didn't see a vote from you in Slido. I don't know if you had an issue with it. Do you want to try again, or do you want to just let us know who you voted for?
um, am I on the right quest?
Uh, there's a poll called Next Quests, and you'll just see you should see like I see it on my on the screen that's being shared right now, which would be the next quest, and there's some
I
Scrabble
just had one
pieces.
that said quest one.
Yeah, so there's two different polls and two different pages. I don't know if Rosemary, did you share that one with Eric, the next quest
All right,
poll?
I get it. One.
That's the one that we'll use to rank people's answers, but we have a different one to rank people's questions.
All right, I voted in the wrong one.
Okay.
Is the first poll I shared next quest poll? It's in the Zoom chat, but I
Okay,
can
go. Okay.
share it in Telegram too.
Okay, cool. Lots of kinks here. So do you just vote and vote for your own quest there, Eric?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. So in
I
that
did mine.
case,
I did mine, yours, and Rosemary's.
um, okay, so
Now we have a draw.
okay. Well,
Or
no,
who do you vote for then?
I voted for Eric at number one. I voted for Eric, then mine, then yours.
Okay.
So
Okay. So
yeah,
it's Eric.
my apologies with that one stupid thing where I messed up the voting for this because I voted for the other account. We'd be able to see it normally, but that means that Eric actually has the most votes right now. So we'll discuss Eric's question first. Sound good? All right. So
Yes. So I'll put it in as quest 1.
okay, sounds good.
Hmm.
And now we'll be voting here on the left side of the screen. Um, Basically, I think we meant to add this as well, but I'm not sure if
I
it's
just
there,
put that.
but it should say like who gave the best answer to the quest, basically. Okay, thank you for that. So basically the way it'll work here is we'll each take 30 seconds to answer the question. And I don't know, this is kind of a deep question, so maybe 30 seconds won't be enough, but we'll just try our best to be pretty timely because we're already pretty far behind schedule right now. And then we'll rank each other's answers in that same way, where we'll pick who gave the best answer.
Hmm.
So first we'll take a minute or so just to think about it. So I'll read it out for anybody who's listening. What are the 3 most important characteristics of decision making that we wish for communities and organizations? For example, fast, fair, fun, documented, clear, executable. Okay, so that should be, I won't take long to answer. Actually, I think I was overestimating it just because the question was very long. But basically, it just answer with 3 most important characteristics of decision making that we wish for communities and organizations. So I'll put up a timer now. And we'll start it. And then after a minute, if anybody wants to go first and share their thoughts for 30 seconds or 45 seconds or so, or I suppose up to a minute, because we can each take up to a minute with this, then feel free to jump in.
Is it 5-minute timer? Yes.
Yeah, 5-minute
Right?
timer. Yeah.
Okay, I put the timer on. And now, 30 seconds each. Who goes first?
Well, first we could just take a minute just to like write our answers basically,
Okay.
and then whoever wants to go first will go first. All right, so we've been a minute in for some brainstorming time. So far, Eric gave an answer. I gave an answer too. We haven't gotten an answer yet from Rosmari. Perhaps Eric, would you like to go first and take 30 seconds or so to share your answer? I see you wrote fair, fast, fun. If you'd like to elaborate on that all, then feel free now.
Sure. I just looked at it from organizations I've been in, and what they most want. The biggest complaint is that it's not fair. And then the other is that it takes too long. And I think people would like it to be fun, and it's actually more important, but I don't think people state fun as the primary, especially if it's business people. But it's actually fairly important. So I tried to link things from their perspective as to what they would think and ask for. Could be wrong. We'd have to test it, but that's why I wrote those.
All right, great. Thanks, Eric. I'll go now. So I have about a minute or so. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty tough to answer quickly. And I saw Eric's answers and I liked him. And I kind of liked Eric's more than mine because he had a nice alliteration of fair, fast, and fun. But then I started thinking, I mean, I really like fun. We talked about that. Fair, you obviously want it to be fair. And I agree, a lot of decision making, people don't enjoy it so much. I thought about joyful too, but fun works out well. And you want it to be democratic, but fair is just a simple way to say that too. And then the one thing I thought about that was different from Eric's was I used effective instead of fast because it's not just about how fast, how quickly you make a decision, but it's also about how good your decision is too. Like organizations or communities want to be able to take all the possibilities of decisions they can make, and it's not just about doing it quickly, but they want to be able to make the best one that's going to be most helpful for their group. So perhaps I can go with helpful, but I'll stick with effective, and mine is effective, fair, and fun. I'll pass it on to Rosemarie.
Okay. My answer is easy, fun, and effective. I put easy because I think the decision making is well, the decision making process that we present is making it easy, and this is one of the main points because by making it easy through consensus, then that saves a lot of time and makes it effective. And also I put fun and effective because that's one of the outcomes from making the process easy, and not necessarily, but I did that because of the games. I think that's 30 seconds.
Okay, sounds good. And now we have 50 seconds to rank the decisions. And so if you all have the Slido pull up, then please pick
Which
This is the O quest poll.
this is quest one. Yeah. So if you go here, you should see over here, it'll say what are the three most important characteristics and so forth that we want to make. And then maybe I'll just go ahead and just share this link again, just so there's no confusion there. I'll share it here in the Zoom chat or Telegram chat rather. Okay, there's 20 seconds left or so, so I'm gonna go ahead and just pick some answers real quick here. All right, and I think we're running into a little of an issue with Slido maybe because you have to go down to the bottom and hit send in order for it to work. But we are seeing it move around. Has everybody submitted their answer?
Yeah, I think so. If it's in all quest one, then I
Yes, and generally we just have to submit two.
Okay.
We shouldn't select ourselves, right?
Yes, you should not select yourself. You should just select others. Okay, so cool. So we got the first quest done. Congrats and thank you for the first quest. And Eric is the winner. I came in second place, and Rosemary came in third place there.
So
So
effective is a tough word because then you have to say, well, what does effective mean? But because we were talking about the best possible decision making, I think by definition that's effective. So I thought we were saying it twice, and I agree with Rosemary that easy is good. I put fast, equating fast with easy. Why? Because then I could use the 3 Fs, and in marketing we love that: fast, fair, fast, fun. But I'm not adverse to easy because I think that's why I said fast, because I assumed if it was fast it would be easy, but I may be wrong.
all right, well, sounds good. Thanks, Eric. And one of the intentions of the game is basically we just move on from one question to the next. I think it is good to have some time to like discuss it in some cases because you can discuss this more in detail. But let's try to just because we only have 15 minutes left to the top, and it would be great to upload a mission too. We still haven't proposed the vision, a vision yet, so maybe I'll go ahead and propose the vision. But now I don't think Rosemary has proposed a quest yet. And actually, we're supposed to have the meta quest, but we're really behind schedule, so I don't know if that's going to work out right now. So I suppose we could just move on to my question now, and then we could just.
Rosemary had a question. She just didn't put it in the live chat. It was a good one, but
Oh, okay.
it was, do we a target?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the chat, but there's no rush for that. I can do that anytime throughout the game, right?
I mean, technically, the way it's supposed to work is that there are no more quests after 1645, but it is now 1645, and so
Oh,
technically Eric
okay.
would just win
I'm just
basically
gonna
because Eric
copy
was the
it.
only person who made a quest. So I suppose we should just maybe maybe what might be
It's 45, so I'm literally doing it now. There you
yes.
go.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
it's this is within the rules.
That's kind of within the rules, I guess, so yeah.
It
Okay.
is.
Okay. So we'll have some work to do in the game, but overall, I like the potential for that. Okay, so now
Okay.
now we can go ahead and vote for Dan or Rosemary's Quest. I'll go ahead and I will vote. So just to say it out loud, Rosemary's Quest was, do you think Eden Fractal has a target group? And my quest was, should Eden Fractal focus on helping communities and organizations make the best decisions possible, or is something else, like helping them coordinate to achieve shared goals? So let's go for a minute and let's select the quest here.
Hmm. AA, you voted for your quest.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. And
okay. Did Eric vote? Eric, did you?
I think so.
Okay.
okay. And once again, we have that issue because I accidentally voted on two accounts. So there's that. But,
Eh.
so who did everybody vote for as number one there?
I voted for me.
Okay, I voted for me. And then I suppose Eric's a tiebreaker here. Eric, who do you vote for to discuss next?
I voted for Dan because I felt that, but I really like Rosemary's too. So I voted for Dan.
Okay,
Okay.
done. You
Okay,
go.
cool. We'll set the timer for 5 minutes for me. I voted for me
I'll
too.
do that.
Okay, cool. Because I felt like it could help us reach consensus faster. Because I would like to upvote a proposal too. So we can have a upvoted thing so we can get respect from this as well. So once again, my question is, first off, I had a little preface that said our previous consensus at the end of last week's meeting was that Eden Fractal believes that all communities and organizations should have the tools and methods available to make the best possible decision making. Should Eden Fractal focus on helping communities and organizations make the best decisions making possible, or is something else? So I'm curious to hear what you think about that.
I would say it's good to focus on one thing for now. So I would say decision making is where we focus.
Okay. Is this, so by the way the game is structured is that we have a minute total, like just to think about it and stuff like that, and that's just went over, and then you can get up to about 30 seconds or so to explain your answer. So I suppose if you want to go ahead right now and further elaborate on that for 30 seconds, then you can feel free to do so. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you have to make it clear what you're offering. And so if we offer productivity, it's like, what does that mean? If we offer effectiveness or goal setting, that is very nebulous. And to make it, if you're walking through a store and you see a product on the shelf and you don't know what it is, you leave it, you move on. It's got to be very clear when you reach for that product what it is you're getting. And I think decision making is valuable and very clear, and it's focused.
All
So
right.
I say it is decision making.
All right. Eric is with decision making. Do you want to go first, Rosemary, or should I?
You go.
Okay. I'm saying that Eden Fractal believes that all communities and organizations should have the tools and method. Oh man, I messed up. Eden Fractal, uh, Eden Fractal organization, Eden Fractal believes that all communities and organizations should have the tools and methods available to achieve their goals. I think that it shouldn't be limited to just decision making, because decision making is part of the aspect, but I mean, there's the collaboration aspect of it, there's the experience that they share. And I don't think we should just focus on decision making, because in my case, I want to empower communities where I already have good decisions, and I want to help people make good decisions with it too. But I want to help communities achieve and execute on those decisions that they make in addition to making those decisions. So I think that it should be to achieve goals. And
I
I
mean,
think
I
that's
think
done.
this is similar to what we agreed, I think, in the previous, like in the previous Eden Fractal episode. So I think it should focus on helping provide the research and tools for the development of the decision-making systems that communities use. Which is somewhat similar to yours then. But yeah, I don't think it should be focused solely on decision-making.
Okay.
As
Thanks,
soon,
Nina.
as soon as you open up in goal setting, we don't know how to do that. So how are you going to help people make goals? Is that another tool set? Are we having goal making sessions? We don't know how to do that. So now you've defined a whole other area we need to go in. We know how to do decision making. We don't know how to do goal setting.
Well, just to be clear, it's not goal setting, it's achieve their goals. So this is assuming they already have a goal in
We don't know
place.
how to we don't know how to help them achieve their goals. What does that mean? It's very nebulous and unclear. And now when you go to the package, when I open up the package and it says, we're going to help you achieve your goals. Okay, what does that mean? Nobody here can explain that yet. So while I'd be happy to say that would be something we'd want to work into, we don't know how, we can't offer that. We don't know what that means. That means back to the whole planning board to say, okay, tell me how you're going to help people achieve their goals. You know, that's similar to saying we help organizations reach the next level. Okay, we could say that, but what does it mean? We don't know how to do that.
Okay. Thanks, Eric. This can deserve a lot of discussion. We only have 15 seconds left on the clock right now. And so
We
I
have to
encourage
vote.
everybody to vote on the thing. And remember too, this isn't like set in stone too. We could always change our vision later, because Eric gave some good points. But uh I voted. I suppose we can, did everybody vote on this one yet?
No, I don't know where it is.
It,
Yeah.
it,
Is that
it's
quest
right
two?
below. Yeah, this is quest two.
Yes,
Yeah,
quest 2.
quest two. And remember, you can't vote on yourself too. You have to just vote for other people.
I did. I guess. Oh, you need to click edit response.
You need to add a response, yeah, and then you need to go
Yes,
do it again, yeah.
because okay. I was confused of why it wasn't showing. Oh, okay. I voted.
Okay. It looks like Eric is in the top here.
This is quest 1.
Oh, this is quest one. Okay, my bad. How do I get to quest two from here?
Yeah, mine after I vote, it doesn't show me quest two anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so quest two
Oh,
is here.
this is the results. Yes.
Okay, so Rosemary won that round, and then myself, and
Really?
then Eric. Yes.
What?
Yeah, there you go. Congratulations,
I have to
Rosemary.
actually check my answer in this recording because I don't have it written.
Okay, sounds good. So now um the last quest is Rosemary's, and then we'll do the meta quest after that too. However, I'm just gonna just jump in. I don't know if this is allowed in the rules according to what we did. Like we'll have to kind of wing it, but I'm gonna make an upvote proposal right now. And then I suppose we could even make two upvote proposals because I would like it if we could have consensus about a vision, and we could always change it, but it'd be nice to have a consensus about a vision. That way we can earn respect, and that way, well. I don't know. I suppose the design of the rules game, we could just determine even if we don't reach consensus on divisions, then whoever, say we go over, and I don't know if Eric, you have to go or anybody has to go in 6 minutes, but basically what I'm just proposing here is that if anybody wants to upload a proposal, I just put up kind of two different versions of the proposals. I'll just mess it up, so I'm going to edit it. To achieve their goals. Sorry for the typo. So that's the version I put up, and then this is the version that Eric put up, basically, which is that that make the best decisions possible, I think.
What? How many times are you? Is it which one?
Okay, cool. So Eric just put up his upvote proposal. And so we have two upvote proposals. So if anybody wants to do it, then you can give it a thumbs up, and that would mean that we come to consensus about it. Otherwise, basically,
Mm.
just at the end, whoever's the lead visionary will be able to make the decision. So
What
I'm
if
gonna
there's
go.
a draw between the between the leaders, vision leaders?
Um,
Because
That is, I don't know. We talked about that before. Like maybe we could do it where it's like based upon respect, or I don't
yeah,
know, or you have a quest off. But we're kind of innovating as we go right now. So if anybody
okay.
wants to upvote, either
We have
basically
5 minutes.
it's up to you, Rosemary, if you wanted to upvote, because I assume Eric upvotes his vision. So if you wanted to select a vision here, then Rosemary's kind of lead visionary already. But yeah, we can go 5 minutes on your question right now. But we do have only 5 minutes to reach consensus about it as a community. So I would say,
Right,
Rosemary, if you
and
want to
the
select
clock
one
is
or
ticking.
propose a different one, then feel free. Okay.
Okay. And are we gonna talk?
If anybody is ready to go and answer, then I suppose feel free to just go ahead
But
right now.
what kind of
What,
question do we answer?
what
We
are we
answer.
doing?
So there's two options right now. One is we can go ahead with Rosemary's quest and answer, do you think Eden Fractal is a target group? Because she has the last remaining
Mm.
quest. The second thing that we could do is we could just work to upvote a proposal for the vision before, because we can only do that for the next 4 minutes. Then we can come back to Rosemary's question afterwards. Everybody has time. So
I don't think there's time for my question. There's 4 minutes until the end of the game,
well, let me
isn't
ask.
it?
Yeah, but I mean, so I'm up to extend it past the top of the hour. I don't know if Eric or Rosemary have to go in 5 minutes, or if you can stick around for the 10, 15 minutes, something like that, so we can all get all the quests in, do the meta questions like that. Does anybody have a hard stop, or can you stick around for a bit longer?
I can stay, I guess. I can stay for 10, 15 minutes more.
Okay, same here. How about you, Eric? Do you have to go now, or can you stay
No,
a
I
bit longer?
don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So yeah, then in that case, we can go ahead and if we want to upvote anything, then we could upvote it as a group right now, but we only have 3 minutes left to do that. So I would say let's focus on that first. If we do want to upvote it, and then we'll go back to Rosemary's question and then the meta quest, and then we'll end it there. And then if we don't upvote it now, then it'll be up to whoever gets the most points basically to determine the vision. Right now, I made an upvote proposal that Eden Fractal believes that all communities and organizations have the tools and methods to achieve their goals. And Eric made a upvote proposal that Eden Fractal believes that all communities and
Oh,
organizations should have the tools and methods to make the best possible decision making, fair, fast, and fun. If Rosemary, you want to upvote either one of those visions, then you can determine the vision of Eden Fractal, or you can propose a different vision and try to sway us too. And we have 2 minutes to do so as a group if we want to. Or if you want, you can just abstain and say whoever gets the most points will be the lead visionary, and they'll get to pick it in 10, 15 minutes once we finish it all. So it's basically up to you right now, Rosemary. Or Eric, if you want to change your mind and vote for mine, it's a pretty good vision proposal. Or I could vote for yours too. I don't know. I
Well,
do.
the only problem is if I get yours, I no longer know what to do. If I say methods to achieve their goals, I don't know what that means now. Now I'm going, what do I do? So it's clear I know what to do with the one I put in because that's what we talked about as a group before. It's not that goal achieving is bad, but I don't know what you want me to do anymore to help people achieve the goals. What do I do now? I don't know how to move forward. There's all kinds of things I could do. Don't know. So if you're going to give somebody instructions, so imagine we bring somebody in that's never done this before and we go, here's your instructions, go do it. What are you going to do? And they're going to sit there and go, goal setting. Okay, maybe I need to have seminars on goal setting, and maybe I need to do training courses on goal setting. Maybe I need to.
But you keep it saying goal setting, though. I'm saying it's with the understanding that they have a goal in mind, and we're saying, here's how you achieve that goal. It's both making decisions to help
But
achieve that goal.
that says achieve their goals.
Yeah.
The
So
first step in achieving the goals is knowing what their goals are. So you're assuming that they do.
well,
In most organizations, they're really bad at even defining their goals. So now we have to work on goal definition, goal setting processes.
No, so we're not setting, and I mean, I suppose that this is something that could help to set a vision and so forth.
I'm just taking what you wrote. Give this to somebody without the knowledge that Dan has for what this is. So you're adding all kinds of things in yours. Oh no, I mean this and that, and of course that. There's no of course in that. You have to take it as it's written. So give it to somebody who doesn't know you as it's written and say, this is what we need to do. Now go do it. My thing is they're going to sit there and go, okay, I don't know what this means now. I kind of knew before, but now I don't know.
Okay, well, good points, Eric. I could go back on that because I feel like you're adding to it because I feel like it's just you keep adding that they're setting goals and they have to think about it. I'm just thinking we're aiming to help them achieve their goals with both decision making, but then other ways like attracting people to their community. That's a very simple thing that this helps do. It helps attract people to their community.
I'm saying get rid of your curse of knowledge and pretend you don't know everything that Dan Singjoy, who's very knowledgeable and very good, knows. I'm saying if you take that away and just focus on the words, now we've just walked into a swamp and we have to figure out our way out.
Thank you, and you're very knowledgeable too, Eric, and I really appreciate all the thoughtful discussion.
I'm not saying it's not great. Goal setting is critical. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm saying it's no longer clear to somebody that doesn't have all this knowledge built in for what we're doing and why. This, take somebody who's never heard of Eden Fractal, doesn't even know fractal governance, and you're saying, we're going to help you achieve your goals. Okay. I no longer know what I'm getting in the package. What is this goal setting, goal achievement package I'm getting? The label is not clear. I'm in the store. I'm in the section. Am I in the goal setting section, the productivity section? I see this box. I reach for it. I pull it out, and it says whatever it is, Eden Fractal. And then, so what am I getting in this box? Achieve my goals. What does that mean? Now I'm unclear. As a consumer, I think I'm going to put that box back on the shelf because I like things that are clear when I know what I'm getting. Is it granola? Is it jam? Is it an erector set? What am I getting in this box? It's no longer clear, so I'm putting it back on the shelf. Not that it's not good. If the box just says healthy food, I'll agree that's good, but I don't know what that means because the box isn't clear. So put it on the shelf.
All right. Well, that is passionately stated and pretty well stated. He makes some good points there. So, I mean, I'd be happy to go with Eric's vision too. I do think decision making as well as possible and fair, fast, and fun is great. And like I said, we can always change it later too. So I could advocate more for my reason in the future. But
absolutely, I think if we roll things out, we can put it in the box. But you don't want to put mess. You want to put what you have and then update it, new and improved, on the box, new and improved now with goal setting or,
Do we have more time to vote or?
So at this point, it's past top of the hour for upvote, so we are not able to upvote any of these visions, but we can still play. We can still play Rosmari's quest and then the meta quest.
Okay.
And then whoever gets the most points at the end will be able to determine the vision.
Okay. Shall we play then my quest?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll put it as it's a I was gonna say a simple question, but maybe not. Then I changed my mind halfway through saying it. So I'd say it's a short question. So put it as a quest 3.
Okay. Sounds good. And I actually did just, by the way, this is what I need to do the whole time, have it where you can still see our faces big, but you can see for me, it's the bottom right corner of the screen now. So I was meaning to do this.
This is why you joined.
Yeah, I had some technical issues and there's so much going on with the questions that I didn't get a chance to do it, but now we can see us in large and this is kind of more better for good conversations. And then you can see the Telegram poll and the Slido polls over here and so forth. So this is something that we'll do in the future. This whole game has been a big learning experience
We
so
can
far.
pin this. We can pin nice. Because I pinned it. Although I don't see it in HD. Do you?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not so HD right now. That's something I'll have to figure out why it's not HD because I just did a
It's
screen share and stuff, but I don't know. I think maybe
I
it's not good
hardly
enough to
see
include
it.
it. Okay. That's
No, I don't think.
okay. That's
And
no.
this is just for me like that, but yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's not HD for some reason. That's something I meant to test beforehand, but it's been a very busy weekend and get a chance to do that.
Okay.
I guess I could just take it off then if you think it's better, but I suppose either way,
The Quest 3 is up.
okay, quest 3 is up. If you want to put up a timer, Rosemary, then
Yes.
we
For
will discuss your
5 minutes.
quest. And your quest is, do you think Eden Fractal has a target group? And then we'll also do
Yes.
the last medic quest, and then we can wrap
I
it up
literally wrote it in 5
in 15
seconds.
minutes.
So maybe I could have structured it better, but
Okay. Do you mind if I
the
just ask do you mind if I just ask a quick clarification? What do you mean by target group? Is that like target market or target
yeah, like
okay.
target audience basically. Target
Okay.
audience is what I meant.
Okay. Okay, that's a minute. Would anybody like to go first and share their answer to do you think Eden Fractal has a target group? Is there music on right now?
Yep.
Where'd that come from? Did you add that, Rosemary, or did I add that? Okay, interesting. Okay, cool. We can't hear you right now, by the way, Rosemary. You're muted. We hear your
Oh,
music.
sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I played it.
Okay, cool.
I'm playing it.
Nice touch, little
Just for
holiday
some
festive
background.
spirit. There we go. Very cool.
So does everybody understand the difference between segments and targets?
I'm not sure.
So your market is everybody you could sell to, so to speak. And when you break that up into groups to focus on, those are segments, and the target is who you're going to focus on at the moment. So, you start by saying, here's everybody that I could sell to. Makes more sense to break them up into groups and focus on groups. And which segment are we going to target? So your target can change. But I just look at optimism and things like that. We're kind of targeting, nonprofit groups at the
So
moment.
your answer is non-profit. Yes, non-profit.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I think optimism is one. The stuff I'm doing is that way. And it's not that there aren't other targets, other segments we could do. I just don't think we're focusing on them first. Because the
Okay.
problem is every segment requires different messaging and different communications. So if you try and do them all at once, that means you have to come up with all different messaging across all different platforms. If they're on Twitter or Discord or email. So if you're spending market dollars, you don't want to. You only want to focus those marketing efforts, which is why you segment in the first place.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Eric. We should probably move on. We only have a minute and a half left, but I suppose we can extend it. So each Rosemary and I will get 1 minute each to respond. Rosemary, would you like to go next, or should I respond to your question?
I can
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Eden Fractal has multiple community target groups One of them is online communities and organizations in need of mechanisms to communicate effectively using the fractal governance system. Why I chose that is because we can target online communities where we know that they're in need of more effective communication. For example, large organizations, or I think in my eyes, it's not so much the larger organizations, but the smaller ones that we can target. The small online communities. That's it.
Okay, great. Thank you. And my answer is yes. Eden Fractal's target group is all communities and organizations, but more specifically, our main target audience right now is communities in the Web3 space who are interested in improving human coordination and funding public goods. So now we can go ahead and answer in the poll who you think was provide the best answer there.
So we're on quest
Okay.
3.
Quest
Yes.
3, yep.
Let me know if the music is too loud or distracting, and I can lower it better.
Okay. Cool.
I voted.
I did also.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just taking a
Dan,
minute.
did you?
I was getting confused trying to open it up with all my windows here. I'll vote now.
You voted?
I'll vote. Yeah, I just voted now.
A reminder that we cannot vote for ourselves.
Yes. Thank you, Rosmari. And it looks like I won this one.
Yes.
And then thank you.
Congrats, congrats.
And then Rosmari and Eric tied for second. Oh, it looks like somebody just changed there. So it looks
Oh,
like
really? We
Rosmari
can change?
I guess so. I mean, technically, I guess it should be like only at the end of 5 minutes, but we were talking about what to do when there's a tie, and we're thinking about like how you could have like a 30-second quest off or something like that. But I suppose in this case, since we're already over time, we could just go ahead with whatever the change was and say that Rosmari.
But
second.
you're still first.
Yeah, I'm still in first there. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yes.
Okay. Cool. And by the way, we also have the scores that are coming together now too. So if you check out this on the screen I'm sharing here, Rosmari has been entering the results of the Fibonacci scores from each one. So for example, I got first place that one, so I won 55 points. And then another thing we should do here is we should add a sum table here too.
Yes.
And then we should
I'm
add
doing
that. Okay, cool. So I have 123 points, and then Rosmari, I think, is going to do that for herself and Eric. We'll see who has the points there. And then we're at the point in the game right now. We're almost 15 minutes over, so we'll try to wrap it up soon and make sure everybody has time to go spend time with their family and friends for the holidays and everything like that, and get back to anything else they need to do. But the last thing that we have here is the meta quest. And so basically what the meta quest is we're going to be ranking the questions to determine what were the most helpful questions. And I think there's a good chance that whoever wins this one will probably be the lead visionary for the group and be able
Can you
to
see?
Yeah, right now I have 123 points. Rosmari has 110 points, and Eric has 97 points. Yeah, so very interesting to come together.
Yes, because until the second quest, it was a tie between me and Eric, by the way.
Yeah.
So this third quest really helped.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Okay, cool. And so now we're skipping 3 and 4. Oh, thank you. We're skipping 3 and 4 because we had more people, then we'd be doing 3 and 4. But for now, those will be there. So this is the meta quest. The meta quest has double points. So whoever wins this, whoever wins this will be probably the winner because I get 110. Second place will get 68. And so we're gonna do the same 5-minute thing. We're gonna take 5 minutes to rank who shared the best question. And I suppose maybe
Oh,
Each
okay.
person could just take a minute to share why they thought was the best question to help guide it as well. And so I suppose maybe we can enter those questions on here. I think we have it over here, like who shared
Mhm.
for the MetaQuest here, and I can go edit it live. So I'll go to edit this and then go to the last poll, and then I'll just put all the questions here in the MetaQuest. So what I
If you want, I
asked,
can do.
okay, sure thing.
Mm. Right.
Nice, good music here too. I'm actually doing it too, so I don't know. I'm almost
Oh,
done it, so
okay.
I'll just take care
Okay.
of it here.
I'll leave it.
Okay. Okay, so now we can move to Dawson Blatt here because they were not here. And now the MetaQuest, save it, and now when you refresh this, then you will see where is the percent button? The percent button is over here. You could see in your poll option the ability to vote for the MetaQuest. And then we can see the live results over here as well. So skip in quest 4 through 6, and now you can see this will be where live votes come in, and then here you can vote for which question you think was best.
Where are we looking at? Oh, there it is.
Yep, it's right after skip 4, 5, and 6, and go straight from 3 to the MetaQuest.
By the way, maybe then you want to share your screen for this, like your regular screen, because the
It'll be easier to see that way?
yeah, I still don't see it clearly, and I don't know if for the recording it's going to be like that.
Well, another thing that might help too is if I just make it big and then I zoom in. I might make it clearer for people because yeah, I think you can see
yeah,
it
that's
too.
better.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's better. But yeah, okay. Yes.
Okay, cool. So Eric asked, what are the 3 most important characteristics of decision making that we wish for communities and organizations? For example, fair, fast, fun, documented, clear, executable. Rosmari asked, do you think Eden Fractal is a target group? And I asked, should Eden Fractal focus on helping communities and organizations make the best decisions possible, or is something else, like helping them to coordinate to achieve shared goals?
Whoever wins this will get their points doubled, by the way.
And they will become the lead visionary and be able to decide the vision. So would each person like to? I don't know if we need to take a minute to think, any time to think about it. We could set up a 5-minute timer now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Okay. And
Did
we
you
could,
do it?
if you do gotta get
Okay.
going at any point too, we could make a shorter timer too. I know we're already 18 minutes past time, so but we're in 5 minutes. So yeah, let us know if you do gotta get going, but otherwise we'll maybe each take a minute to advocate for whichever question they think was best, or just speak for what you think the order should be, and then by
Can
the
we
end
vote for
of the timer,
ourselves? No.
I don't think you should be able. No,
No.
no, you're not able to vote for yourself here.
Okay.
We're just about in a minute. Would anybody like to go first and share their reasoning for how they're voting or advocate for any of these questions? I'm happy to go first as well if you'd like. I suppose I'll go ahead first. I'm not sure what to do right here because there's a lot at stake here in a way, because whoever gets number 1 here is going to be the lead visionary for Eden Fractal, at least for this week. We can always play this game or a different game in the future and change the vision if we want, but we've been discussing Eden Fractal's vision for a while, and I think it's good for the community to make quick decisions and come to consensus and go with something. I was listening to a podcast from Jeff Bezos, really interesting podcast. He talked about the idea of disagree and commit. So even if you disagree with something, you commit to doing it. You can always change in the future. Like, there's 2-way doors. You can always go back. I really like Eric's enthusiasm, even though I don't totally agree. And I'd like to dive deeper into some of the things that he's been saying about decision making. I think that we should help people achieve their goals, and I really like different aspects of it. I'm leaning towards voting to Eric for the top question. I mean, I'm partially explaining it because I maybe think that Eric would be a good lead visionary, but I think his question was also helpful too. Like, what are the three most important characteristics? And I do like how his includes fast, fair, and fun. That's like a really nice alliteration there. So I'm thinking about that. I like Rosemary's question too, but I think we already kind of discussed the target group to some extent when we discuss communities, organizations. I like that you're specifying it here too, but I think for the purpose of just reaching consensus for a vision, like that's kind of a next step about what specifically communities to discuss. And I'm happy with the vision just to stick with communities and organizations, and then we can make a longer vision later, but for the vision statement. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now, but I'm open to be swayed by Eric or Rosemarie. So um, whoever wants to go next, go ahead.
I like my question because I felt that it moved us closer, like you said, to action. Whether it's the best or not, it's like, okay, this actually gets us into doing things, into getting action. I think Rosemary's got the next thing, which isn't a vision mission, it's a marketing question. It's like, okay, now that we have this mission, what do we do about it? And while I thought Dan's question was very good, I think it moves us more into nebulous, away from action, because now it's unclear. It's not that it's not a great question to explore, but it takes us away from doing it back to the drawing board. So I like mine than Rosemary's than Dan's. Not that they aren't all great questions.
Okay, thanks, Eric.
But,
Rosemarie?
but who did you vote for the first?
Rosemary, then Dan. Since we can't vote for ourselves, I voted for Rosemary, then Dan. Or do we just vote for one? What are we supposed to do?
No, same thing.
I voted for two.
In every cases, you're always ranking it too. So you pick your first option, your second option, and if there's 5 people, you pick more options than that too.
So Rosemary, then Dan.
Okay. And I suppose we're at there's only a minute left of Rosemary hasn't
I
gone
can
yet,
go.
and so we'll take another minute or two, and then we'll come to consensus about this.
I voted for Eric as first and then as second, because I think Eric's question is more easier to answer for right now, because it's already giving examples, and it's mentioned in some of the things that we've agreed upon from last times, whereas then sorry, the fireworks started. And whereas then, for example, I don't understand so much the focus. If the focus is on helping communities and organizations make the best possible decisions, I don't know still what this exactly means. You know, best possible decisions is a bit abstract to me. Or is it something else, like helping them coordinate or achieve their goals, shared goals? It's kind of more of a complex question overall compared to Eric's question. And I think Eric's question is more easier to digest and answer. So therefore it's more of a clear question to me, at least. And that's why maybe partially it's because within Dan's questions there's two questions. Like, should we do this or that in a way, or should we do A, or should we do something else like B or C? It's a bit more complex. That's why I voted for Eric as first.
Okay. Well, I submitted my vote. And has everybody voted on Slido?
Yes.
Okay. So, Eric, you voted on Slido, right?
Yep.
It should show it. I don't know. It usually says like a 3 up here, but maybe when it's so zoomed in, it doesn't show it up there. But oh well, whatever. We all voted and we have the responses. So now Eric has won the meta quest, and Rosemary came in second, and I came in third. I agree. My question was kind of sloppy. I was planning to prepare it earlier, and as I went through the presentation, I didn't get a chance to really.
I literally
write
did
that well.
it like 10 seconds mine, and that's why it's not even.
Yeah.
It says target group.
I spent a lot of time designing the game and not much time actually preparing for the answers. So with that, we now have a meta quest winner. Congrats, Eric, and congrats, Rosemary, for second place. And I'll improve my question in the future. And then I see Rosemary is adding the totals for the quest in the Google document right now. So once again, that was one double points for the meta quest round. So I was in the lead before, but I don't think I'm gonna be in the lead anymore because Eric got 110 points, Rosemary got 68 there, I got 42. I got a total of 165 points. Rosemary got 178,
See
and
how things
Eric
change now.
got 207. Congratulations, Eric. You are now the lead visionary
Congratulations.
of Eden Fractal, and you can. I'm in support of your vision that you proposed. Eden Fractal believes that all communities and organizations have the tools and methods to make the best decisions possible, making best possible decision making fair, fast, and fun. Thank you very much, Eric. Would you
Thank you,
like
Eric.
to would you like to share a victory speech, Eric, or share any words? I suppose we can wrap it up shortly. But I'm curious.
Well, I just love that we have a diversity of ideas and we all can work together to come because they're all good stuff. There's nothing in there that isn't bad or thoughtful. So it's all good.
All right, sounds great. I agree, and I'm also very glad that we have a vision too. So thanks, Eric, so much for all the enthusiasm and proposing a vision, and also sticking to it too, and being sure of it, and all your guidance. Really, you're the first person who brought up the idea of vision and mission and what is a vision and how we should establish that back like 7, 8, 9, 10 months ago, like we talked about it. And then you've hugely helped Eden Fractal and me and our community decide our vision. So I really appreciate that. Also, thanks so much, Rosemary, too, for both helping guide our vision. Rosemary got the second approved vision of Eden Fractal back about 3 weeks ago or so. So, and also thanks to Vlad and the DOS for helping to construct the vision, and thanks to everybody who's participated in Eden Fractal over the past year and past 2 years almost now to help us get where we are. I'm very excited to go forward with Eric's vision and help
What is
all
his
communities and
vision?
organizations. Eric's vision. I should probably pull this up actually.
Or how did we reach consent? Or is that so this is the meta quest, and so he has the choice now to make a vision, right?
Oh yeah, well, I was kind of assuming because Eric already made the proposal for the vision. He already made it in the uh,
Yeah, it's in the upvote.
yeah, he put an upvote proposal
It's
there.
hard to
So
see.
I just gave it.
So
Yeah, no.
maybe if you share your screen, then it'll be better.
Uh,
Right.
yeah, maybe it would be. Okay. Um, I get a little confused. I'm using two computers right now to try to share these screens. I'm not even sure how I did that. Okay, I guess I can do it like this.
Or I can share my screen on
If you want
Telegram.
to, if it's easy for you to do it, then feel free. Or I can go ahead. I
Yeah,
already
on
have it.
Telegram.
Okay, actually, I'll do it.
Okay.
I have it just about ready. So
Mhm.
this was the vision that Eric proposed. He upvoted it at 11:55. We were not able to come to consensus as a group at the time, but we have come to consensus now by playing Vision Quest and by electing in a way Eric as lead visionary by him getting the most points and his vision. Well, perhaps Eric, would you like to say it out loud for everybody?
The vision.
Yes.
Eden Fractal believes that all communities and organizations should have the tools and methods to make best possible decision making fair, fast, and fun.
Here, here.
Yeah, and probably the experience I bring to table is one of the few that's actually had to come up with this stuff, roll it out, have it accepted, sell it, adopted, and so it really becomes tricky when you think through that whole thing of how do you actually get something like what we do in people's hands. So that's kind of the perspective that I think I keep mirroring back is that of our potential customer, just because I have experience doing that. And a lot of people don't.
Well, yeah, thank you so much, Eric, for bringing your wisdom and inspiring us. Greatly appreciate it. And yeah, like I said, I'm very much looking forward to. I think that all the wisdom you had there before we started recording, you're talking about lots of plans to help nonprofits and help all sorts of organizations and communities with these kinds of consensus games and tools and methods that we're using. So very much looking forward to our collaborations there. And now that Eden Fractal has a clear vision, going forward, then well, I think we'll be in a great position to help you achieve the goals, help us achieve the goals, and help many communities and organizations, help all communities and organizations have the tools and methods that they need to make the best decisions possible, fair, fast, and fun. Is there anything else? I know we're pretty half hour past time, so thanks Rosmari and Eric so much for sticking around for us later and trying out and playing with Vision Quest, especially as we were dealing with some issues. I'd be curious if anybody has to go right now, we could just wrap it up right now. If anybody has any thoughts about the Vision Quest game that you want to share before we wrap it up, or anything else related to that might be on your mind, or being that it's the last event of the year for Eden Fractal, if you wanted to share any concluding thoughts. Yeah, I'm curious. The floor is open, Rosmari or Eric, if you want to share thoughts about the game or the year or anything else.
Well, the game is, as game starts, complex. So to make it work, it needs to be clear what it is we're doing and easier to do.
I agree.
It's good. It's good for us because we're game developers, so that's okay for us. But to put it on the shelves, it has to be clearer and easier.
I agree. People would be very confused if this out itself here. Um, the respect game is very simple and elegant too. So this respect game you can teach people fairly easily. This game is much more complex. It's one of the beauties of the respect game. But I think that this game, at least from my perspective, there's a lot of little technical things that we can improve in future iterations of it. I'm excited to see how it can be used not just for the vision, but helping communities make all kinds of decisions. And I think it has a lot of potential. I think it was really fun in a lot of ways too. So thanks for the feedback, Eric. And
Well, I think the first question is, okay, so we teach people the respect game. How do you move them and add this extra dimension onto the respect game? So I think you have to look at their path of how do you teach them something really easy and fast, and then teach them something else easy and fast. And the more it seems familiar from the same base, the easier, the better it is. You know, rather than say jump over to door number 2, if it looks like a smooth transition is easier. But I think one of the things as we go toward decision making is, I think the first step is defining the problem. If we're going to have a decision, what is the problem? I think a lot of times we tend to focus on what should our decision be, A or B, and it's like, do we first understand the problem? So I think there's some potential in what we just did to help clarify, you know, agree on what the problem is, and then what the parameters and contexts are in that problem, and then that leads to, well, then what should we consider for the solutions? I think in general people tend to jump right into the solutions without understanding the problem, so I think there's potential here to help with that.
I agree. And that's great feedback. I totally agree. We got to start with the respect game. That's our main core that we can promote. It's much simpler, and it's been tested and it's worked really well. And from our experience in Optimism, people are really, really liking it. And so that's and I'm also very interested in furthering the experience we've done with just playing a simple respect game for vision or different decisions. I think that worked really well when we did that in week 77. And I also really like the DOS's ideas that we played with in the past couple weeks for upvoting a vision too. So I think all of these can be good to play around with. And this game, I think it has a lot of potential to be like a fast, fun kind of game in the future that can make these kinds of decisions and help people ask better questions. But yeah, I'll certainly take some more. So it's some more refinement, and it's not the one that we're focusing on mostly. But I figured it'd be a fun way to close out the year and try something new, and I think it has been. I don't know if Eric, you want to add anything else, or Rosmari, you want to share any thoughts about the game or about Eden Fractal in general? Anything else in your mind? Or we used to do very long Eden Fractal meetings, but now we do them a lot shorter. So we're already at 90 minutes. We can wrap it up any time. But Rosmari, if you want to share any last thoughts, then I'd be happy to pass it on to you.
Okay. Mm, yes, I think I liked the game. It was fun. We were learning. There were some bloopers, but overall it's we have a result, so we have a vision. Congrats, Eric. It was and interesting because the points were very close. We're very close, and with each quest, the positions changed. So that was interesting to look at. Also, the timing of the game, it's a bit fast. By the time that I read the questions, and then analyze them, evaluate my answer, I'm already late. And I think I have to improve on that for sure. Apart from this, so I think there's lots of potential for this game, for sure. Because it's easy and it gets the job done in a way for right now, and we get something done. And then
Yeah, I kind of think that the respect game is a communication and culture building game, which I think is really important and is the foundation of building communication and culture. And I think decision making comes after that.
yeah, this one is specifically for decision making because it pushes you to think fast and not think so much, even just say what's on your mind about the specific question. And probably this is the beauty of the game, to be natural and unfiltered, and then of course refine it from there if need be. But that's probably yeah, one of the best things about the game. Apart
Have
from
you
this, Eden Fractal, I really like this.
have you read the book Decisive, Dan?
I don't think so. What book is that?
By Chip and Dan Heath? I recommend that you read that book. That would be, I think it's very easy, it's very clear, and I think you could add a lot of elements of that into this game. So it's
Okay,
Decisive by Chip and Dan Heath.
interesting. I'll check it out. I have read a couple books, or one book at least by them, Chip and Dan Heath. I read like 10 years ago. I think they did like the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing, and then some other ones maybe that I read, and I remember learning a lot from
Made to
them.
Stick. It did Made to Stick.
Made to Stick, yeah, I read that one too. That one's really good.
Yeah. That's what Rosmari was talking about, the marketing targeting part, messaging. But Decisive is a pretty good, and you can just get a summary by going to YouTube. Summarize it really easy. So even if you don't want to read the book, it's very easy to get from YouTube.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll put that on our list, or put it on my list rather, to listen to and read. And yeah, I agree. That's one of the intentions I was going for this this meeting or this game. I was really inspired by that Jeff Bezos interview too, where he talks about making decisions very quickly, increasing decision velocity. And I agree with Rosemary. It's kind of fast paced, maybe too fast paced. We can tweak it around. But also part of it was that we were just juggling around a lot of things, like two Slido polls, two computers, two screens, two all those things. So once we improve those and make it like a smoother experience, then we can focus more on just making quick decisions. And
Well,
I think
this
that could be
is
really helpful.
just as long as those you have to mitigate the downside of quick decisions, which is binary decision making, solving the wrong question because it's easy. Let's just do this. Confirmation bias is another thing in emotional decision making. So you need to mitigate those among other things as we go through this. So you have to take the good thing for fast decision making, but you have to realize what the negatives are.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You want a good balance, and I think I think one of the things is that I was happy to kind of overcorrect in some ways because in a lot of ways we were like we were taking a long time to make a decision about the vision. I mean, we talked about it for 4 or 5 weeks, something like that, and I mean we only meet for an hour a week, so it's not so bad. But it's something that I think moving towards make quicker decisions is a great idea. And then we can find the right balance and calibrate it. And I think we can also combine it with respect too. So once this stuff gets on chain, then we have good like user interfaces, good apps for it, and work with more developers who can build these things. Then we can make it all in like one simple app. Imagine one simple app where you can do all this voting, and then people can vote, and their respect scores can play a role and stuff like that too. So I think you get really, really high quality decision making in addition to having fast decision making too, with Vision Quest as well as Respect Game and all these games working together. All right. Well, thanks so much for the feedback. I was just trying to pull up a nice picture of the Eden Fractal eyeball representing the vision we just reached. So if Rosemary or Eric, you had any other thoughts, then happy to hear it. But otherwise, I suppose now is probably a good time to reach out. Eric gets level 6 for this meeting. That's right. We do have to figure out. I'm not sure if the Eden Fractal software works with 4 people, but then we can put there. So yeah, Eric got level 6 for this meeting. And then Rosemary gets level 5, and I get level 4 for this meeting too. Thanks, Rosemary, for the overview. Also, Rosemary shared decisive, better choices. I was just sharing my screen here. Decisive how to make better choices in life and work. So that'll be something for us to research. Thanks, Eric, once again for sharing the great educational resources with us. And the signs suggest yes. All right. Well, with that, I'd like to thank everybody. Thanks so much, Eric and Rosemarie, for playing this game and helping us define the vision, making the vision for Eden Fractal. Congratulations. And thanks so much, everybody. Thanks to Das and Vlad for helping so much with the vision over the past few weeks, as well as Space Regular Joe. And thanks everybody who's made Eden Fractal so special over the past year and over the past 19 months. And very excited for 2024 with y'all. I'm looking forward to lots of decisions being made and helping many communities or organizations make decisions in a fair, fast, and fun way. And I love that alliteration. Hope that everybody has a wonderful holidays. Enjoy time with your friends and family. And if we don't speak to you then, enjoy the new year. We'll be back for Eden Fractal every Wednesday at 16 UTC starting on January 10th. So invite you to join, invite your friends. Thanks everybody again so much. Eric, Rosemary, any last points, or maybe we'll sign off. Maybe go Eden Fractal or Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays.
Happy holidays. Go Eden Fractal. Thanks everybody.
Eden Fractal.
1, 2, 3. Go
Go
Eden
Eden
Fractal.
Fractal.
All right. Thanks all. See you later.